Well, it's 9:33. You're watching Arc Maine right here on Fox 23 and only on Arc Maine. Craft cocktails for a good cause. Next week is Negroni Week, and a Maine distillery is expanding the celebration to last the entire month.
Yeah, they are on a mission to use the drink as a way to help the community. Joining us now live is the founder of Hardshore Distilling Company, Jordan Milnee, and Justin Strasburger from Full Plates, Full Potential. Good morning to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much for having us.
Morning.
So, Jordan, I read on your website actually that you started Hardshore specifically to make a gin for a Negroni. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. I was more of a bourbon lover once I left college, and I started getting into gin, and I really fell in love with the Negroni cocktail. And so it was a project of mine to try to create the perfect gin for the Negroni. And I didn't realize that maybe a few years later I'd actually have a gin distillery, but here we are, and it's been a great project so far.
Okay, so what is a Negroni? We don't
That's
know.
my next
We don't
question,
know. What's a Negroni? What makes it so special? What's it taste like?
Okay, so the Negroni is sort of the national cocktail of Italy. It's a little bit bittersweet. It's very, very simple to make. It's 1 part gin, 1 part sweet vermouth, which is the red vermouth, and then 1 part of a bitter liqueur. Campari is the one that people probably know the best.
Do you shake it up then?
Yeah, just stir it in a glass, pour it over ice. It's really, really delicious. It's so easy to make. 1, 1, 1. There's no,
Right.
oh, how much do I use of this one?
Okay.
You can just use any little measure and just go for it, and it's absolutely stunning.
Oh my God, 1, 1, 1, I could do that.
Yeah, you can even do it.
Yes, I
So
can do that.
easy. Jeff Peterson could do it. All right, so you have a month-long fundraising event to help Full Plates, Full Potential. Justin, tell us more about your mission, your nonprofit, what this means to you.
Yeah, so Full Plates, Full Potential is a Maine organization. We're working to end childhood food insecurity in the state. And the way that we're doing that is we're partnering with folks across the state to strengthen our federal nutrition programs. So things like school meal programs, after school meals, summer meals, these are critical programs that students and families across the state rely on to keep their food costs down, to be able to ensure they have enough food for their kids, and make sure that kids are able to just focus on learning and being kids and not worry about where their next meal comes from.
And so many kids have to worry about where their next meal comes from. But sometimes the kids go home for the weekends, and because they're not getting the free school breakfasts and lunches, they go home and there's nothing to eat there. Folks, I think sometimes forget what a huge problem it is, not only in Maine, but throughout the entire United States, especially some of the rural areas.
Absolutely, and I think something people also forget is food insecurity is a pretty hidden thing. Food insecurity exists in every community in the state, in every community, I would argue probably in the country, and it's something you don't see. It's not something people want to brag about. There's often a lot of hidden stigma with it, and that's why we've worked really hard in this state. You mentioned free school meals. We were really proud to lead the charge on that a couple years ago, and really excited that Maine is one of the few states in the country that has committed to saying, we want to take care of our kids when they're in school. Kids have to show up for school, they have to be in the seat, and so while they're there, we're going to make sure they have a nutritious breakfast if they want one, a nutritious lunch if they want one, so that they're able to focus on learning.
Yeah, I think what's key too is it's for all students.
All students.
Then you don't see, which is about the stigma, you don't
Absolutely.
see, oh, they're getting a free, that kind of thing. So.
Absolutely. I mean, if you want to share, because you were just talking out in the green room.
We were just talking, I remember when I was growing up, I was on reduced school lunch, and one of the worst parts of my day was when we're going through the lunch and you swipe the little card and it says, it's only a quarter instead of $2.50 or whatever, and just kids are very perceptive, and especially at that time in your life, you're so vulnerable. Every little thing that makes you different is something that you really want to avoid as hard as you can, and so having it universal is, I think, a key way of driving participation, making sure kids have what they need to get the day going.
Yeah, so Jordan, tell us, when we were talking on the phone scheduling this, you were like, it's about so much more than Negroni. Yeah. Tell us the impact that you're hoping to have in the community.
So this is what I've chosen to do for my work, and I really wanted to marry that with what I care about. And so so feeding kids and making sure that kids have a strong start in life is something that's really near and dear to me. It's something that I dealt with growing up. And so what we found was a willing participant in the hospitality industry here in Maine. I mean, when we present this program to participating bars and restaurants, and if you go on our website, you can see a list of all the restaurants that are participating, I mean, it's a resounding yes. Like, we want to do this. Yes, we want to drink Negronis. Yes, we want to have a great celebration in September. But the fact that we're doing that and raising money for hungry kids in Maine, I mean, who's losing here? This is a win-win.
I counted 44
There's a lot, yeah.
venues taking part, which is incredible.
It's an easy sell. I mean,
Yes.
this is a really great state. I mean, we have such giving people who are talented, creative, but also care about the community that they're a part of.
Yeah, and speaking of giving, how can people donate and get more information about your organization
Yeah.
and help out? Because I know so many people want to.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, first of all, I'd recommend that folks check out Hardshore's website to find these participating restaurants and businesses, because then you can have a Negroni while you're supporting us. But our website is fullplates.org, and you can learn more about. There's, obviously. Financial donations are critical to making our work possible and allowing us to do the kind of advocacy and support work to make these programs thrive. But there's a lot of other ways that you can find the support on our website, especially around advocacy. If we're going to be serious about ending food insecurity in the state, there's a role that every single person in the state has to play, and it starts with changing our own mindsets about how we think about hunger, about how we think about our responsibility to our neighbors and our community, and the way that Jordan is, and thinking about it being bigger than ourselves. So I think if folks are interested, I would encourage them to visit that website, learn more about the issue, and see how they might be able to get involved.
All right, and Jordan, real quick, let everybody know your website if they want to find out all those establishments taking part.
It's www.hardshoredistilling.com, and then /Negroni Month for the participating venues.
All right, we got the rest of the month, so plenty
Yeah.
of time for
Lots
people
of
to
time.
join
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots
All right.
of Negronis to come.
Yes.
I can't wait to try something I didn't know existed.
Exactly. Cheers. Well, thank you both so much for joining us, and we hope a lot of people will take part.
Thank you so much for having us.